Hi guys, Namaskara everyone. Andariki Namaskaram, Ellargu Swagatam and a very warm Vanakkam to Vedanta J English channel. This is me, your master teacher Navamita Bhattacharjee, and today we are here to solve the PYQs of electrochemistry. But which year? Ma'am is going to help you solving the 2024 PYQs of electrochemistry chapter, both January as well as April attempt, everybody, as you all will see now. Right, we will be solving it right now, right here. To stay till the end of the session so that you understand everything and so that you are able to solve the 2024 questions without any doubt. Okay? Apart from that, the 2022 and the 2023 PYQs that you must be getting this book from Vedantu. Yes, apart book there will be 1380 questions, as you all can see, 1380 questions. Yes, this is for chemistry. Similarly, you get it for physics as well as maths. So make sure that you get it, everyone. Because if you solve a minimum 3 years of PYQ, nobody can stop you from getting your seat in the NITs at least. Yeah, because if you clear J mains, then you will be getting into NIT, right? And then if you clear J advanced, then you will be getting an IIT. So at least assure your seat in the NIT. Then we will see about IIT as well, right? So make sure that you do that, everybody. Okay? And apart from that, also Vedantu has launched Mega Vedantu Scholarship Admission Test. The link is right below this video, everybody. Please go check it out. It is amazing. You will get a scholarship for a minimal amount of price. You will be able to attend the Vedantu's classes, and who knows, you will also be a part of the Vedantu's topper forum, everybody. So what are you waiting for? Everything is there. All the frequently asked questions, that is, what is the syllabus of it, how to apply for it, all of it is there, everyone. So please go check it out. Now, let me start with electrochemistry, but before I start, everybody, as you all know, I'm going to give you all a quick analysis of this chapter. So, in the January attempt, that is the first attempt of JEE Mains, you had 16 questions from this chapter. That means in each shift, there was at least one question. Yes. So, one or two questions you can expect from this chapter, right? And in the April attempt, there were 12 shifts, again 13 questions. That means again in each shift there was one question from electrochemistry. So overall, as you all can see, electrochemistry is a high weighted chapter. Yes, it is not like P block class 11, or it is not like chemical and ionic equilibrium where only 5 to 10 questions are coming from the chapter. You can actually see that there are a lot many questions here, right? So please study this chapter, and the questions are very super easy. Basically, you will always be asked to calculate the cell potential or Faraday's laws. Yes, these are the most important topics. I will tell you that also. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes, the Big Dog song that just came in my mind. Anyway, chapter weightage is 4.7%. So definitely two questions you can expect in your shift, everybody. Yes, and sometimes what happens is one question will be typically from electrochemistry, and one question they will mix it up with thermodynamics, or they will mix it up with redox reactions, and then they will ask you. So that is how it becomes 4.7%. So you can expect one and a half questions or 1 to 2 questions from this chapter. Now let's talk about the important topics. Important topics is of course Faraday's laws of electrolysis, and we saw that 60% of the questions that came from this chapter belong to Faraday's laws of electrolysis, and the rest of the questions were related to E cell or E naught cell. Sometimes there was cell thermodynamics that was also asked, and there were 1 or 2 questions that was related to battery or fuel cells, right? That was the major distribution of the question from this chapter. Now moving on from here, everybody, let us take a look at January attempt. The first question, everybody. The first question, everyone, guys, please take a look at it. What does the first question say? What does the first question say? The first question is saying that what pressure bar of hydrogen would be required to make EMF of hydrogen electrode 0 in pure water at 25 degrees Celsius. Kya baat hai? Amazing. So basically, first of all, what do you have to do, bacha? First of all, what do you do? Yes, so this is basically talking about your standard hydrogen electrode, right? Standard hydrogen electrode, this is what they're talking about, correct? So that means in a standard hydrogen electrode, what happens? You know that 2H plus would have gained 2 electron, and then it would become H2 in its gaseous state. Is that correct, everyone? This is something that you all know. Very good. Now, what is it that they're saying? They're saying that H plus, है ना? So H plus concentration is always equal to the OH minus concentration at 25 degrees Celsius that you have studied in the ionic equilibrium chapter, the equilibrium chapter, and this will be equal to 10 to the power minus 7, right? Because we also know that Kw of water is equal to how much? 10 to the power minus 14. Is that right, everybody? This much is a prerequisite, this much is something that you all know because you are done with physical chemistry almost. In organic chemistry, only 2 chapters are left. That also you will be seeing in 1 or 2 days, right? That also you will be seeing in 1 or 2 days. It is coming up. Coordination and DNF block is coming up, and hydrocarbon is also coming up, and rest will also follow. After that, you don't have many chapters. After that, you only have haloalkanes, haloarenes, then you have alcohol phenol, then you have what else is there? Then you have, I think, that other chapter. Amines is there. Amines is a very chotu chapter also. It's not a very big chapter. Right. So basically, we are left with only 3 to 4 chapters. So I think we will be done with it. Nothing to worry about. Basically, this month we will be covering our syllabus. Okay. Acha. Now that this much you know, now what you have to do, you also know the formula that E is equal to E naught minus 0.059 or 0.06 also sometimes you can take. However, let's take it as 0.059 divided by N. Then what you do? After that, what do? You write here log, correct? Log of product divided by reactant always. Is that something that you remember? Very good. Acha, now because it is standard hydrogen electrode, so you tell me that E naught is going to be equal to 0, right? This is something again you all know, right? Because it is a standard hydrogen electrode. Now, bacha, EMF of hydrogen electrode, that means SHE, standard hydrogen electrode. To standard hydrogen electrode, you all know that E naught is going to be 0. Correct. Very good. Well done. Okay. All right. Moving on from here. So what can we write? Can we write it as 0 is equal to minus 0.059 divided by n log of, yes, what is product? Product is going to be pressure of H2 because gaseous state. Gaseous state, yes, so pressure of H2 divided by what is reactant? Reactant is going to be H plus here, yes. So H plus will be raised to the power 2 because 2 is the stoichiometric coefficient here, as you all can see. Right, but chalo. Everybody is getting this much. Okay. Now what you have to do? 0 is equal to minus 0.059. Acha. How many electrons are participating here? 2 electrons. 2 electrons are participating, everybody. So 0.059 divided by 2. Log of pH2. What do I write for pH2, everybody? What do I write for pH2? Let us write it as pH2. This is something that we do not know. But H plus ka concentration, everybody. H plus ka concentration, look at this. I just calculated it. 10 to the power minus 7. This is the prerequisite. I told you. You should know this, right? So can I write it as the 10 to the power minus 7 to the power 2? Make it sense with everyone. Till here, no doubt. Everybody has understood everything. No doubt, no guys. This is easy, right? The usual formula that we know, the Nernst equation that we know. Yes, Nernst equation. This is nothing but Nernst equation. And in Nernst equation, you know that it is RT by NF, but RT by F is all constant. So if you calculate it, RT by F becomes your 0.059. N is something that is variable because in each reaction, the number of electrons participating will be different. So N, we will keep it as N, but RT by F, because it's all constant. You calculate it, this is the value that you will be getting. Hai na? This much is clear. Okay. Now let us continue with the calculation, everybody. So what will we get? So this here, 2 will go that side. So this will also become 0. Hai na? This will also become 0. So I can write it as 0 is equal to, I can write it as log of 10, log base 10, pH2 divided by 10 to the power, minus 7 to the power 2. Is that right? Yes. Acha, now this 0 also, if I take it that side, so 0 plus 0.059, almost 0. It's also 0. So keeping it as 0. Acha, now 0 can be written as 10 to the power 0 is equal to, can I write it as, take a look at it, can I write it as pH2 to the power, pH2 divided by 10 to the power minus 14, because 7 and 2 here, so 2 into 7 is what? 14, 10 to the power minus 14. So from here, now if I try to calculate pH2, it will become what? It will become 10 to the power minus 14 bar, and that, my dear student, is your answer. So what is your correct answer? Option D. That is option D for dum biryani is our correct answer. Guys, I'm giving you a little bit time. Please calculate and see if this is correct. Is this the correct value? Is this what you all are getting? Quickly let me know. Till then, let me drink some water and say hi to Tank. Tank is almost getting over. I need to fill it again. Tank is almost getting over. Alright, shall we move on to the next question, guys? Yeah, this is done. Chalo. Next question, let's take a look at it, bacha log. Next question, everybody, is your next question is, bacha log, take a look at it. Okay, it says one of the commonly used electrode is calomel electrode. Under which of the following categories calomel electrode comes? Yes, who can tell me? Calomel electrode, oxidation, reduction electrodes, metal ion, metal electrodes, gas ion, gas electrodes, or is it metal insoluble salt and then anion electrodes? So guys, very recently I have taught you electrochemistry, isn't it? Very recently, I have taught you electrochemistry, and as you all see, this was the last sheet that was there in the electrochemistry chapter. Look at here, calomel electrode. Yes, calomel electrode, mein what do you have? You have Cl minus, you have Ag, you have Ag2Cl2. So that means there is an anion, right? There is an anion, half cell. Look at this, Ag. Ag is a metal, mercury is a metal. To Cl minus, that means anion you have, yes, right? Insoluble electrode, correct everybody? Yes, so that means what is your correct answer, bachalo? What is your correct answer? Your correct answer is once again here metal. There will be an insoluble salt and there is an anion electrode. So once again your correct answer is option D for dum biryani. Today dum biryani is winning, looks like it. Today it looks like dum biryani is something that is going to be winning, hai na? Chalo bachalo. Moving on to the next question here. Let us read the next question, guys. What is the next question? The next question says, for a strong electrolyte, a plot of molar conductivity, ठीक है, against concentration to the power half is a straight line with a negative slope. The correct unit for the slope is, अच्छा, ठीक है. See, even if you do not understand the graph and even if you do not know the graph, everybody, do you know what is the unit of molar conductivity? I suppose you should be knowing because again, I have just taken the chapter electrochemistry, right? So, unit of molar conductivity is what, bacha log? Unit of molar conductivity, my dear students, is unit of molar conductivity is Simon, centimeter square, mole to the power minus 1, right? This is the unit of molar conductivity that I have taught you. Now, unit of concentration is how much, bacha log? Unit of concentration is going to be what? Unit of concentration is going to be mole to the power 1, hai na? And liter to the power 1, right? But here they are saying concentration to the power half, that means concentration root over. So now I will have to write it as mole to the power half, liter to the power minus half actually. Liter to the power minus 1 it is. Here I have to write minus half, right? Now unit of slope, what is going to be the unit of slope, bacha? Unit of slope will be, see, plot of molar conductivity against this. So unit of molar conductivity, if you take as numerator, divided by unit of concentration root over, that means concentration to the power half. If you take, what will you get? You will be getting Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1 divided by mole to the power half liter to the power minus half. Is that right? So this half and this will go on, right? Some of it will get cancelled. No, it will not get cancelled. Baba, how can you say that? This is half here and this is minus 1 here. So here, if you just calculate it now, you will get it as Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 3 by 2 and it will be liter to the power half, and that is corresponding to option A, Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 3 by 2 L to the power minus half. No, Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 3 by 2 L to the power half. Option B for Bengali biryani seems to be the correct answer. Yes guys, is that right? Please check it out, everyone. Quickly check it out and let me know. Is that the correct answer, everybody? Yes? Okay. Chalo. Moving on from here now. Next question. Let's read the next question. The next question is fuel cell which uses hydrogen and oxygen as fuels has been used in a spaceship. Has it been? Absolutely. It has been used in spaceship. has an efficiency of 40%. No, Baba, fuel cells have a much more efficiency. Yes, they are the most efficient type of cells or batteries that we have read about, correct? Do they use aluminium as catalyst? No, 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 no. They don't. They don't. They don't use aluminium as catalyst. Are they eco-friendly? Absolutely, they are eco-friendly. It is actually a type of galvanic cell. Yes, it is a type of galvanic cell where in one side you see that hydrogen is losing electron. Those electrons, they run to the oxygen side. The oxygen grabs hold of the electron and then water is released. If you remember, I've taught you this. If you remember, let me see if it is still there with me in the. So option B, ADE is your correct answer, है ना? Let me just see 1 second. I think it must be there in my Google Chrome. Yes, right here. This is something that I've taught you. See, this was your fuel cell, isn't it? See, hydrogen is losing electron here. Yes. Then this electron, this 2 electron, it goes this side. Oxygen grabs hold of the electron here. And here, what do you have? You have 2H plus. This is your electrolyte here. Yes. So it is actually like a galvanic cell. It is like a galvanic cell where one side oxidation is happening, one side reduction is happening. So nothing big, nothing much, right? This also you can solve it. Even if you do not know much about electrochemistry, you should still be able to solve it. So does it look like it is easy? Pretty simple, pretty easy. You will be able to solve it. Does it look like that, everyone? Yes or no? ठीक है. All right. Moving on then, moving on. Shall we go to the next question, everyone? Yes, this is clear to you all. Is this clear to you all? No doubt perhaps here, right? No doubt. ठीक है. चलो. Moving on to the next question here, bachalo. The next question is the reaction of cathode in the cells commonly used in clocks involve. ठीक है. अच्छा. Commonly involved in clocks. That means watches. In the watches, what type of cells do you use? Acha. What have they given you? Reduction from Mn plus 7 to plus 2. This is the reduction. Reduction from Mn plus 4 to plus 3. Oxidation of manganese plus 3 to plus 4. And oxidation of manganese from plus 2 to plus 7. So, bacha, here basically, see, when they are talking about manganese, yes, the moment they talk about manganese, you should be able to identify that they are basically talking about your Leclanchus cell. What are they talking about? They are basically talking about your Leclanchus cell, right? And in the Leclanchus cell, what happens to the anode, bacha log? In the anode, you notice that Zn, in the solid form, it forms a Zn2 plus and it loses 2 electrons. Zn always has a tendency to lose electron, right? So what will manganese do? Manganese will be grabbing hold of those electrons. Yes, so cathode pay, what will happen, bachalo? Cathode pay, you will see that you take MnO2 plus, you will also be taking some amount of NH4 plus. And then there will be some electrons that will combine because obviously it will try to grab hold of the electrons, right? After that, it will form MnOH, right? Plus NH3. So if you calculate the oxidation state, you will see that MnO2 mein manganese is in plus 4 oxidation state. And in MnOOH, right here manganese is in plus 3 oxidation state. So what is the correct answer, bachalo? Reduction of Mn from plus 4 to plus 3. There will be a one oxidation state ka difference. So option B is your correct answer. Option B for Bengali biryani is your correct answer. Kya baat hai bacha log? Yes guys, are we all able to understand this? Yes. Perhaps no doubt here everyone. Yes or no? है ना? ठीक है कि नहीं? So definitely see, the moment you see this, you need to know, the moment you, in your mind, you know, the picture of Leclanchus cell comes in. You need to know that option C and option D gets cancelled as it is, because whenever there is zinc will always want to lose electron, and when we lose electron the oxidation state increases, right? When you lose electron, what will happen? The positivity will start increasing. So here option C and D will be cancelled as it is, right? And then you just have to find out among option A and B which one will be correct. So if you remember the cathode ka reaction, then it becomes absolutely pretty simple. Guys, I've taught you all of these. Okay, the notes will be there in the jungle book. So please make sure that you are studying from there. Okay, now Acha, next question, everyone. Next question is Kohlrausch's law. I think this is sort of related to Kohlrausch's law. Molar ionic conductivities of a divalent cation and anion are given as 57 Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1 and 73 Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1 respectively. What is the molar conductivity of solution of an electrolyte with the above cation and anion will be? My God, this question actually does not deserve to be in JEE Mains, to be very honest. It is that simple, everybody. You will notice, see. So I can write as lambda C, that means cation, right? Lambda C of cation is given to you as 57 Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1. And lambda anion, that is minus, that is given to you as 73 Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1. है ना? This much is given. अच्छा. So molar conductivity of the solution is something that we need to find. So lambda of solution will be what, bacha? Lambda of solution is going to be lambda C plus, it is divalent, right? It is divalent. So plus 2 you write here, okay? And here also you write minus 2. So this plus lambda anion minus 2. Both of them are divalent, bacha. Divalent means two valencies it will show you. Either it will be able to lose 2 electrons or gain 2 electrons. Hai na? So plus 2 or minus 2. So now what do you have to do? Nothing. You just have to add them. So 57 Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1 plus lambda a to the power minus 2. This will become 73 Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1. And that means that if you calculate it, 7 plus 3 is equal to 0. And 1 हाथ में, तो 7 plus 3 10 plus 2 12 plus 13 130 Simon centimeter square mole to the power minus 1. This is your answer, which corresponds to option C. Chicken biryani, winner, chicken dinner. क्या बात है? Pat on your shoulder, everybody. You guys need to pat on your shoulder, everyone. Yes. Make it sense. Everybody is happy or no? Is everyone happy or no? Yes. Alrighty. Chalo. Acha. 1 second, but chalo. Is there a possibility that you can just a second, bacha. No, nothing is happening. I thought that my videos are, my videos are looking like it is 7080p, but no, it seems to be fine only. It seems to be fine only. Chalo, no problem. I'll take a look at this later. I thought that my video is, not of the 71080p quality, but I am not able to change it. Anyway, I'll see it later. Chalo. Let's take a look at the next question. Hai na? Acha. So what does the next question say? Take a look at it. Next question says, everybody, that the quantity of silver deposited, yes, the quantity of silver deposited when 1 coulomb charge is passed through AgNO3 solution. Acha. Okay, so this is what Faraday's law we have to use. And I see, I told you Faraday's law is very important here. And I told you. So here I can write it as W is equal to Z multiplied with IT. What is Z, bacha log? Z is your electrochemical equivalent. Yes, what is it? Electrochemical equivalent. है ना? Yes. So we can also write it as W is equal to ZQ. Right? And you already know that Q is given to you as 1 coulomb. See, 1 coulomb. Q is given to you as 1 coulomb. So if Q is equal to 1 coulomb, that means They are asking what? The quantity of silver, that is the mass of silver. So W is your mass basically. So if Q is equal to 1 coulomb, that means that W becomes Z. So what is the quantity of silver deposited? The quantity of silver deposited is equal to 1 electrochemical equivalent. Is that right? It will be equal to one electrochemical equivalent of silver. Is that right, everyone? So that means that option B for Bengali biryani is a correct answer, bacha log. So any doubt here? This was very simple, very easy. Simple. We just have to use Faraday's first law and that's it. Our question, the answer of the question has been derived. We don't have to do anything much. Okay, clear? All right. Okay. Next question, everybody, is for the electrochemical cell, if E naught M2 plus 2M is equal to 0.46 volt and E naught X2 minus is equal to 0.34 volt. Which of the following is correct? Acha, ठीक है. So M2 plus 2M they are saying is 0.46, है ना? So that means if I want to write down the whole equation, if I want to represent the cell notation is going to look like this. Is that right? The cell notation is going to look like this. Is that right? M say M2 plus, because this is the anode half cell reaction you write first. Then there will be salt bridge. After that you will write X will form X2 minus. Yes? Correct. This is how I will write. Then what do you have to do? You know that E naught cell can be written as what? E naught cell is given to you as E naught of M2 plus, plus I can write it as E naught X2 minus. See, we always take the reduction potential, we always take the reduction potential. So this is how I am writing it out. So that means that 0.46 will become minus 0.46 plus, what is this? 0.34 volt. Okay. So this I will be getting as minus 0.12 volt. Is that correct? Yes. Now, what is the significance of E naught cell becoming negative, bachalo? I have taught you, remember? After I have taught you with standard hydrogen electrode. If you use standard hydrogen electrode, for zinc it was coming as minus 0.76 and I told you what was the significance of the negative sign. The significance of E naught cell being negative, that means that anode is not actually anode. That means that the anodic half cell that I have written as it is actually cathode, and the cathode that I have mentioned here, that is actually behaving like cathode. That is actually behaving like anode. So that means that my reaction will be like M2 plus X2 minus is going to form M plus X. This is what will happen. This is going to be the reaction and this is going to be a spontaneous reaction. So I think that option D for dum biryani is making sense here. Guys, please take a look at it and understand what I told you. See, whenever you get E naught cell is equal to a negative value, right? The significance of it tells you that whatever you have taken as anode, see, anode mein what happens? Red cat and ox. Anode may ideally oxidation is supposed to happen. Oxidation means loss of electron is supposed to happen. So when you have a negative, that means you have to understand that tendency is not there anymore. The tendency is actually ulta. This is why it is giving you a minus, negative sign. And that means that the cell representation that I have written, which was assumed to be, this is wrong. Actually, this is how I should write the equation. This is how I should write the equation. So from here, will you be able to write down the cell notation? Take it as an assignment or write it down in the comment section. What is the cell notation of exactly this equation? Write that down in the comment section. Okay? That will be your practice. That will be your assignment that I am giving you. Because any which ways I am solving all the questions. What are you doing? You also need to do some task, to do this task. Okay? Chalo guys, moving on to the next question, everyone. The next question my bachus are... Next question is... A conductivity cell with two electrodes, the dark side, basically the dark sides are your electrode. This is your electrode and this is also your electrode. The shaded sides, these are your electrodes, are half filled with infinitely dilute aqueous solution of a weak electrolyte. Acha, infinitely dilute aqueous solution of a weak electrolyte. That means all the dissociation that was supposed to happen for the weak electrolyte, it has already happened, right? Yes. Now, if now what they're saying that if volume is double, already infinitely diluted solution, in that if you are doubling the volume, that means more solvent you are adding, है ना, at constant temperature, then what will happen to the molar conductivity of the cell? Will it decrease sharply? Will it increase sharply? Or will it remain same or cannot be measured accurately? I think that option C is the correct answer. Why so? Let me write it down, because they are already telling you that the solution is already infinitely diluted. Yes, the solution is already infinitely diluted. Hence, no change in molar conductivity will be observed. ठीक है, no change in molar conductivity will be observed upon addition of water, है ना? Understood? तो ऑप्शन सी फॉर चिकन बिरयानी इज योर करेक्ट आंसर. गॉट इट बच्चा लोग? यस, अंडरस्टूड. ठीक है, ऑल क्लियर बच्चा लोग? क्लिनिक ऑल क्लियर यू मस्ट राइट. क्लिनिक ऑल क्लियर यू मस्ट राइट एवरीबॉडी. यस गाइस, दिस इज ऑल क्लियर. ठीक है, चलो, shall we move to the next question? My god, super tired here. Look at my voice, it still is not right. Okay, it is still not right. What to do? Tough job. Just kidding. Anyway, next question, guys. Look at the question. The question is, how can an electrochemical cell be converted into an electrolytic cell? Lo bhai. Should this question even be there in JEE Mains? This is like a 10th standard, question. What are they saying? How can you convert an electrochemical cell? Electrochemical cell, bole to your galvanic cell, your Daniell cell, voltaic cell. These were your electrochemical cell. In an electrochemical cell, what happens? You are waiting to observe a spontaneous change. But what happens in an electrolytic cell? In an electrolytic cell, it will be a non-spontaneous reaction. That means the electrical energy will convert the chemical energy. Electrical energy will be converted to chemical energy. It's not spontaneous. In an electrochemical cell, however, you will be seeing spontaneous reaction. Chemical energy which is happening on its own, that will be converted to your electrical energy. So here what will happen? If you apply an external opposite potential lower than E naught cell, acha, if you apply an external opposite potential lower than E naught cell, bacha, then what will you expect? You will expect that again electrons will flow, as usual, no change will happen. That means it will keep behaving like an electrochemical cell. Reversing the flow of ions in salt bridge. Bacha, salt bridge is not supposed to participate in the reaction, that you know. Salt bridge is not supposed to mess up with the composition of the solution that you already have, right? Salt bridge does three things majorly, that is to maintain the junction potential, maintain the flow of electrons, right, and reduce the potential that was arising. This is what salt bridge does, correct? So this is definitely not going to help. Now look at option C, applying an external which is opposite potential but greater than E naught cell. Yes, greater than E naught cell. Remember, in case of galvanic cell, we had, in case of Daniell cell, we observed that the E naught cell was 1.1 volt. And there were three cases that we have observed. So if E naught cell was 1.1 volt and if you apply an external pressure which is more than 1.1 volt, then what will happen? Yes, there will be a flip that will happen. And now the electrons will flow from where? Copper to zinc, that is cathode to anode. Exactly. So option C for chicken biryani is your correct answer. So like I said, this is such an easy question. Doesn't deserve to be in JEE Mains, but well, it's there. If you get it, pinch yourself and thank your stars and thank your kundali and thank your the whole everything that yes ma'am, thank God you gave us such an easy question. Because of this, you will be getting 4 marks, bacha. Just 4 marks. Just such an easy question will fetch you 4 marks. So I'm telling you, it's an easy chapter, not very tough, right? Physical chemistry and inorganic chemistry actually can be a secret weapon, bacha, if you study all of these properly, no? And if you know the formulas, I'll be very soon doing a formula revision video also. You will see. Very soon I'll be doing a formula revision video. So you will see. In that I will give you all the formulas because we are almost done. And then I'll do another video wherein I'll be giving you this thing. Inorganic exceptions. Okay? So do watch those videos also properly. Now, take a look at this question, bacha. The question saying the EMF of cell TL to TL plus salt bridge then copper 2 plus to copper is 0.83 volt at 298 Kelvin. It could be increased by. Acha, acha, acha. Okay. So what do you know, bacha log? Do you know that oxidation potential? It was all there in the notes, bacha log. Oxidation potential is inversely proportional to concentration of ions. Concentration of ions. So what is this? This is your anode half cell of the reaction. And this is your cathode half cell reaction. Hai na? Yes? Right? And the reduction potential. If we talk about reduction potential, then do you also know that reduction potential is directly proportional to concentration of ions? Acha. So, oxidation potential is inversely proportional to ions, right? Anode mein what is happening, bacha? Anode mein oxidation is happening, right? Cathode mein what is happening? Reduction is happening, right? ठीक है. So how can you increase it? How can you increase it? You have to increase the EMF of the cell, right? EMF of the cell is what? EMF of the cell is what? E cathode, right? What was it? E cell is equal to that right minus left and all of that. These three formulas that we have done exactly. So decreasing concentration of both TL minus and Cu2 plus, will it help? No, I don't think so. Increasing concentration of Cu2 plus, that might help, bacha. That might help because see, reduction potential is directly proportional to concentration of ions. So if I increase the copper 2 plus ions, that means that reduction potential can increase. Yes, so I can write that the cell voltage can be increased. The cell voltage can be increased by either decreasing the concentration of anode, decreasing the concentration of ions around anode, or what we can do is increasing the concentration of ions around cathode. So yes, according to me, option B is the correct answer. But still, take a look at it, read it once, read the question once and find out if this is correct, everyone, and if it is making sense. I have moved away from the screen, everybody. Take a look at it. But I'm here. See. Please take a look at it and let me know. Is this making sense? Do you understand the logic behind it? Yes? Every one of you? You do so? Chalo, guys. Moving on to the next question. Actually, my legs were paining a little bit. You know that ma'am is still not well, no? I'm still taking my medicines, but what to do? This is why I'm not taking live sessions, because live sessions, may know. What happens is, when you're looking at the camera, when you're looking at the chat, I become even more energetic, and in that I mess up with my throat even more. And I do really want to get well. I know I have said in sickness and in health I will be with you, but in sickness to be with you, it becomes very tedious. I would like to be healthy and wealthy and early to bed and early to rise. I want to do all of this. So I'm trying my best to, record all of this in the morning so that I can sleep a little early and get as better as possible, so that I can teach you, bacha log. Seriously. Anyway, coming back to the next question. The question says the reaction half H2 plus AgCl is giving you H plus plus Cl minus plus Ag occurs in which of the following galvanic cell? Acha. ठीक है. So look at this, bacha. Anode mein what is happening here? Anode mein what is happening? What you see in anode, you see that half H2 Half H2 is doing what? Half H2 is forming H plus. How will H2 form H plus after losing electron? No, after losing electron. So anode has always a tendency of losing electron. Correct? Okay. Okay. Now what will happen to cathode then? Cathode mein what is happening? In cathode you see that AgCl is forming Cl minus. AgCl which was in solid, it is losing one electron and then it is forming Ag plus Cl minus. है ना? ठीक है. So now how do you write it, bacha? See, if this is anode, that means this is what? This is your standard hydrogen electrode. And if it is standard hydrogen electrode, then you know you write it as Pt H2 to H plus, right? H2 to H plus. Acha, how will you get H plus? H plus can also be written as HCl. Because HCl will also break down to give you H plus plus Cl minus. So instead of writing it as H plus, I am writing it as H plus Cl minus. After that, there will be salt bridge. Then the cathode half cell, how will you write it? You will write it as AgCl solid to AgCl solid to Ag. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. Is that right? So that means platinum H2 HCl, then AgCl and then Ag. So I think option B is your correct answer. Option B is your correct answer. This is the cell notation. No, please check it out. Check it out. Let me know if this question is correct. Did you all understand? Everybody understood? Yes or no? Do you want me to move? Do you want me to move again? Please check it out. निहायती easy question. In Hindi, you say कि इसे कहते हैं निहायती easy question. आसान सा सवाल है, ठीक है? आसान, absolutely आसान सा सवाल है बच्चे, ठीक है ना? You guys can understand Hindi a little bit. You don't have to learn it though. You don't have to learn it. Because of you who do not understand Hindi, this is why we're teaching in English, bacha. So you should be proud of Vedantu J English channel and you should be definitely showing your support by liking, sharing and subscribing. Do not forget that. Hai na? Okay. Chalo re, next question. Next question is, oh my god, I just saw the graph and I understood how to solve this. What a simple, easy peasy biryani tasty question. The molar conductivity for electrolytes A and B are plotted against C to the power half. That means root over C. As shown below, electrolytes and respectively are. Acha, electrolytes A and B respectively are. So basically यहाँ पे A and B are missing. Electrolytes A and B respectively are. What will happen, bacha? See, a graph that is a straight line like this. This B, this is supposed to be a strong electrolyte because for a strong electrolyte, if you extrapolate, you will be getting the limiting molar conductivity. But for a weak electrolyte, this is, even if you extrapolate, it will be parallel to the y-axis and you will never be able to find the limiting molar conductivity. So A is a weak electrolyte, B is a strong electrolyte, that's it. That means that option C for chicken biryani, winner, chicken dinner, क्या बात है, इस पे तो we should not be wasting any more time. तो देखो बच्चा, again and again I am telling you, now that we are done with many PYQs, right? See, if I go to the Vedantu J English channel, YouTube channel, everybody. If I go to Vedantu J YouTube English channel, everyone, you will notice, check it out. Let me show you here. Let me show you here. Bacha, look, did you see this video? This video is already about to reach 30,000 views. Anyway, so if you go to the playlist here, you will find all of our videos. So herein I have already done 8 chapters. So if you just take a look at all of these 8 chapters, Shreya sir in physics also 8 chapters are done. Namrata ma'am to is running, bacha, 14 videos, 14 chapters she has done. So everybody, you have to understand that if you just look at these videos, I promise you, you will actually get a huge light of hope that yes ma'am, I will be able to solve J 2025 questions. It's all for you. See, with the PYQ series, we are not getting anything, right? We are not getting anything. Do you think that if you 700 students watch the videos, we will be getting paid something? No. It's all for you. It's all for your help, right? And we have started it much early. We should actually we should have started this series in the October month, but we have started it early so that you guys are done with 2024 questions, and then we can majorly try and help you with the tougher questions of the 2022 and 2023 and 2021, so that your advantage of getting a JE seat or getting an NIT seat becomes more. So I think by now, if you have watched all of these videos, you would understand that 40% of the JE mains paper is actually easy. 40% of JE mains paper is actually easy, bacha. The rest 30% will be moderate. And 40 plus 30 is 70. And not even 30. The 40% will be easy, 40% will be moderate, and the last 20% is difficult. So the difficulty level will give you an extra added on, edge, where you get those top 500 marks. So even without the top 500 marks, I know that top 500 marks is like, you are like, whoa, I am this, I am that, you can say this. But you don't really need top 500 marks. With 1000, 2000, the top 5000 marks rank also, if you get, no, you will be getting into a good NIT. Seriously, tier 1 NIT you can get. And there are so many tier 1 NITs which are strong competitors to the tier 1 IITs itself. Like NIT Suratkar, NIT Rourkela, NIT Warangal, NIT Trichy. Yes, NIT, there are so many, yeah. There are so many NITs. If I name them, 32 of them I will have to name. So these NITs are really good. And with the top 5000 rank, you can easily get into those. So get convinced, yeah, solve problems. This is the only way to get IIT. All the other strategies are a failure. Only way to get to IIT is practice more questions. That's it, nothing else. Okay? So, see, these kind of questions are coming, bacha. These kind of questions, to be very honest, if you would have even at a glance, if you have just, turned the pages of electrochemistry chapter, and if you just would have, for 2 seconds or 3 seconds, if you would have seen that Colrash's law, the graph looks like this, you would have been able to answer this question. It's not a very tough concept. You should have been able to do it. Right? Anyway, chalo. Let's go to the next question. The next question is the standard reduction potential at 298 Kelvin. For the following half cells are given below. Cr2O7 2 minus plus 14H plus 6 electron is giving 2 Cr3 plus 7 H2O. E0 is equal to 1.33 volt. I know this question. Bacha, can I tell you that this particular question, exactly similar to this question, in the year 2009 they had asked, NTA has asked 2009. Same question was repeated in 2023. Just this reaction was changed. In the year 2023, this reaction was changed. There was a reaction with, I think, NO3 minus or NH3, I can't remember. But this reaction was changed. Similar options were there. And in the year 2019, instead of, there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 options, no. In the year 2009, I think they had given you 5 options. That was the only difference. But similar question. So there is a chance that they can repeat it again. Similar question, it has come in 2009, 2023 and again in 2024 also. So if you take a look at it basically, try and understand it. So what happens is, see, electrochemical series, do you remember? In the electrochemical series, you get 0 for hydrogen. 0 for hydrogen. Above 0, you have the positive values. E0 values are positive here. So when the E0 values are positive, that means they go for reduction easily. If they go for reduction easily, will you tell me that these guys will be oxidizing agent then? Yes. If somebody goes for reduction, that means they are going to be good oxidizing agent. And iske niche, if you come below hydrogen, you notice that negative values are coming. Negative values are coming, so E0 is reducing. If E0 is reducing, that means these guys are going to be these guys are going to go for oxidation. If they go for oxidation, then you will agree with me that they are going to be good reducing agent here. Yes. Now, what is the question asking? The question has given you some values of E0. Henna, consider the given electrochemical reaction and the number of metals which will be oxidized by Cr2O7 2 minus in aqueous solution. So those which will be oxidized will be which ones? Those which have lower standard reduction potential. Then this value, they are the ones that will be oxidized. Hai na? So if you just arrange them, if you just arrange them, what will you get? You will have, let's say that this is your A, highest value, then this is your B. Now actually this is A, highest value is of gold, then comes your B, then comes your C here, then you will have your D here, and then it is your E, right? So gold has higher standard reduction potential than chromium. So gold, so you get it, you get my point basically. What will happen? Then what will happen? Gold will be able to oxidize every other ones that are in the list. But chromium will be able to oxidize those which have a lesser standard reduction potential than the chromium value. So what are the ones that are lesser than 1.33? Those which are lesser than 1.33 is minus 0.04, minus 0.25 and 0.80. So your answer is 3. So that means chromium will be able to oxidize Fe3 plus, Ni2 plus and Ag2 plus. That is your correct answer. That is your correct answer. So if you would have studied electrochemical series, which again I have taught you in the electrochemistry chapter. Yes, if you want the timestamp, write it down. I will provide you with the timestamp, but please go and watch that video so that you get a clear understanding of what really is happening here. Okay? You will be able to understand better. Okay. Next, everybody, is which one out of the following is the correct equation to show change in molar conductivity with respect to concentration for a weak electrolyte if the symbols carry their usual meaning? Acha, this will be a little lengthy, but not that not that difficult. Acha. So they are talking about a weak electrolyte. Hai na? They are talking about a weak electrolyte. So let me take a new page here. So basically a weak electrolyte, can I consider it to be as Ha? Ha is supposedly a weak electrolyte. It is going to dissociate as H plus A minus. है ना? So alpha is equal to lambda m divided by lambda m naught. ठीक है? So what is lambda m बच्चा? Lambda m is your molar conductivity. है ना? Lambda m is your molar conductivity. Correct? Yes? Okay. And what is lambda m naught? Lambda m naught is basically the molar conductivity at infinite solution. Molar conductivity at infinite solution or infinite dilution, let's say, not solution, infinite dilution. Right? This is what is the meaning of this. Okay. Now if you remember, there was a term called as Ka. Ka was given as alpha square divided by C, alpha square multiplied with C divided by 1 minus alpha. है ना? Yes. Yes. Now, this equation, if I want to write in terms of lambda m and lambda m naught, in terms of this equation, this particular equation, if I want to write it in terms of lambda m and lambda m naught, how can I write it? I can write it as, will you all agree with me? Everyone, take a look at it. So alpha will become your lambda m divided by lambda m naught square multiplied with C divided by 1 minus lambda m divided by lambda m naught. Correct? Yes. This can be further written as, everyone, this can be written as Ka minus Ka multiplied with lambda m divided by lambda m naught. Right? Yes. Which is equal to lambda m square divided by lambda m naught square multiplied with C. Correct? Is that right? This is how I can write it. Yes or no, bachalo? Yes. Everybody is understanding, no? Agreeing to it? Yes? Okay. Achha, chalo. Now see, I can also write it as Ka is equal to, Ka can be written as lambda m divided by lambda m naught square C plus this value, I can take it this side, so it will be plus Ka lambda m divided by lambda m naught. Do I have an option here? Nothing. Achha, by looking at the option, I think what they have done, no? They have divided throughout. Now, they have multiplied this equation multiplying throughout by lambda m naught square. If I do that, then what will I get, bacha? Then what will I get? I will be getting ka lambda m naught square. है ना? I will get ka lambda m naught square one second, wait. No, let's do it like this only. Ka lambda m naught square is equal to, what can I write here? Lambda m, to square will go, it will become lambda m square c plus ka lambda m naught. I can also write this as 0 is equal to lambda m square c plus ka lambda m naught minus ka lambda m naught. Is that right, everyone? Can I write it like this? And if I can write it like this, now if you look at the option lambda m square ka plus, I think option B is your correct answer. Look at this, lambda m square c plus ka lambda m naught. Yes, minus ka lambda m naught. Yeah, this is your correct answer. Option B is your correct answer, bacha. So sort of lengthy, but again, I think you will be able to derive it, right? Option B is your correct answer. Pat on your shoulder, guys. Pat on your shoulder. Yes, are you guys getting it? How to approach these sort of questions? Yeah. Okay, chalo. Moving on to the next question. The next question is, okay, matrix based question hai bachcha. Matrix based question hai. So basically what you have to do, you just have to match list 1 with list 2. Leclanche cell. What does a Leclanche cell do? Leclanche cell mein, I have just showed you. Yes, reaction at anode is your 4. Zn has a tendency to lose 2 electrons. So this is your Leclanche cell. Nickel cadmium cell, these are rechargeable. So 3. Fuel cell converts energy of combustion into electrical energy. And mercury cell does not involve any ion in solution and it is used in hearing aids. So A4, B3, C1 and D2. So option D for dum biryani is our correct answer. What a super easy peasy biryani tasty question. Any doubt here? There should not be any doubt, bacha. There should not be any doubt whatsoever. And with this note, bacha party, we are done with our January attempt. Now let us take a look at our April attempt question, everybody. Are you guys ready? If you are ready, let us take a look at the next question. Everybody ready? Let me drink some water. Till then, you guys take a breather. Take a breather, everybody. We're going to start with April attempt now. Yes. Ready, steady, go. Let us read the first question of April attempt. It's saying the potential for the given half cell at 298 Kelvin is dash into 10 to the power minus 2. H plus 2 electron, matlab H plus is grabbing hold of 2 electron forming H2. pH2 is equal to 2 atm. H plus ka concentration they have given as 1 molar and 2.303 RT by F is equal to 0.06. Log of 2 is equal to 0.34. Achha, nothing much you have to do. So again, you all know the formula. E is equal to E naught H plus to H2 minus, see, 2.303 divided by RT, but 2.303 RT divided by F, they are already telling you to take this value 0.06. To take it 0.06. N value is also given 2 electron. N value is also given 2 electron. So write it here 2. Okay. Then what do you have to do? Log of, you will write it as pH2 divided by concentration of H plus. Is that right? See, product side mein H2 and here you have H plus. So now what do you have to do further? See, this is going to be 0. E naught H plus H2 is going to be 0 because in standard hydrogen electrode you always know that it is going to be 0. So 0 minus 0.06 divided by 2 log of pressure of hydrogen is how much? 2 atm they have given it to you. So it will be 2 divided by 1 to the power square. So this will become 2 and here it will become 0.03. So minus 0.03 and log 2 का वैल्यू कितना होता है? log 2 वैल्यू इज व्हाट? 0.3, 0.3, राइट? सॉरी, मल्टीप्लाई हियर, है ना? तो 0.3 multiplied with 0.03 will be how much? 3 3s are 9, 3 zeros are 0, 3 zeros 0, so it will become 0.9, 0.9 minus 0.9 into 10 to the power minus 2. I can write 10 to the power minus 2. So this is your answer. This is your answer. Acha, now this 0.9 can be written as 1 into 10 to the power minus 2 because it's 0.9. So I can round it off nearest integer. These kind of question they always ask for you to write it in nearest integer. So 0.9 ka nearest integer will be 1 only, no? So your answer will become 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. Correct? Gotcha. Clear everybody? Alright. Shall we move on? Let's take a look at the next question. Yes. Let's take a look at the next question. The next question, everybody, is the amount of electricity in coulomb required for the oxidation of 1 mole of water to oxygen is dash into 10 to the power 5 coulomb. Acha. Okay. Oxidation of 1 mole of water. Acha, chalo. So what happens is, look at this reaction. H2O, say it is forming O2, hai na? H2O, say it is forming O2. H2O is forming O2. 2H2O, if I balance it, 2H2O is going to form O2. So that means 4H plus 4 electron. This is the usual reaction, hai na? This is the usual reaction. Here oxygen is in minus 2 oxidation state and here it is in 0 oxidation state. So minus 2 se 0. That means oxidation is happening. Very good. Okay. Now what do you have to do? Now they're saying that 1 mole of water. Achha. So if I take 1 mole of water, simple, it will become half O2. Here it will become 2H plus and here it will become 2 electron. Right? Yes. Okay. Now you have to use first law of Faraday. So W is equal to Z multiplied with Q. Right? The amount of electricity in coulomb we want required for the oxidation of this. Achha. Now Z is not there, Q is not there. So what can you write? You can also write it as Z can be written as electrochemical equivalence. No. So it can be written as E divided by Faraday multiplied with Q. Hai na? So if I rearrange it, I can also write it as Q is equal to W multiplied with Faraday divided by E. Yes. And I can also write it as W divided by molar mass. W divided by molar mass multiplied with N factor. Multiplied with N factor, multiplied with Faraday, 1 Faraday. And this particular term, bacha, this W divided by molar mass, what will it give you? This will give you number of moles, is that right? Number of moles. Now, is number of moles given to you? Yes, 1 mole given to you. So now, basically, what is happening is, now you know that Q is equal to number of moles multiplied with N factor multiplied with Faraday. ठीक है. They're asking you 10 to the power 5 coulomb. So we will have to use the value of Faraday. So number of moles is given to you as 1 factor. 2 electron is participating. So N factor will be 2. And Faraday, you know that it is 96500. Correct? 96500. This is the constant. So if you calculate it, what will you get? You will be getting 2 zeros are 0, 2 zeros are 0, 2 5s are 10 here. 1, 2 6 are 12, 1 13, 3, 1, 2 9s are 18, 1 19, 1 9 3, 000, and this can be written as 1.93 into. This can be written as 1.93 into 10 to the power 5 coulomb. Yes, so your correct answer is 1.93. But 1.93 closest integer is answer is 2. 2 is your correct answer. Correct answer is 1.93. But obviously, whenever you have an integer based numerical type of question, they always ask you to find it out in close nearest integer. So nearest integer of 1.93 will be 2. So 2 is your answer. 2 into 10 to the power 5. This is your answer. See, 2 is the correct answer. We did it. Pat on your shoulder, bacha log. Pat on your shoulder. Yes. Okay. Next question is, consider the following redox reaction. MnO4 minus plus H plus plus H2C2O4 gives you Mn2 plus H2O plus CO2. The standard reduction potentials are given as below. E naught MnO4 minus 2 Mn2 plus is equal to plus 1.51 volt. E naught carbon dioxide to H2C2O4 is equal to minus 0.49 volt. And if the equilibrium constant of the above reaction is given as KEQ is equal to 10 to the power x, then what is the value of x? Basically, that is what you need to find it out. That is what you need to find it out. Acha. First of all, let us do one thing. I know I took my iPad, went that side, then I realized that no, we need something else also. We need something else here. Okay? Acha. So you're given a reaction, है ना? You are given a reaction. Chalo, let us balance this reaction with the help of that oxidation half and reduction half. If we do that, you will see that H2C2O4, sorry, H2C2O4 is forming what? It is forming your carbon dioxide, CO2. Here you have 4 oxygen this side, here you have 2 oxygen. So if I want to balance it, I will write here 5, then here I will have 10 CO2. 5 2s are 10, so 10 carbon, and 5 4s are 20, so 10 2s are 20. Yes, balanced. Now what would have happened? 5 2s are 10, so 10 H plus 10 electron, right? And similarly, for MnO4 minus, if I do, for MnO4 minus, which is forming Mn2 plus. So here you have plus 7 oxidation state to plus 2 oxidation state, right? So that means 4 oxygen, if you balance it, 2 4s are 8. 8 oxygen. So here this side you will have to have 4 H2O now. 2 4s are 8. So you need 8 oxygen, 8 H2O. The moment I write 8 H2O, so 8 into 2 is 16. So here how much will I get? Whew. This will also become 2 Mn2 plus 8 2s are 16, है ना? So it will become 16 H plus and plus 7 2 plus 2, so there will be again 10 electron. 10 electron. So basically you see that 10 electron, 10 electron. See, we need to calculate n factor. So n factor we have calculated here. N factor is going to be equal to 10. 10 is your n factor because 10 electrons are participating in this reaction that you saw. Okay, acha. Now, bacha, simple as this. E naught cell is equal to what? E naught cell is equal to, you know that E naught oxidation potential of anode. Oxidation potential of anode plus E naught reduction potential of cathode. Correct? Reduction potential of cathode, or you can take the reduction potential of both the sides, but here I am given that, see, look at this is what? CO2 to H2 CO2 4 है ना? So basically here oxidation potential, is this oxidation potential? No, they have given you reduction potential. So what I can do is I can write it as 0.49 plus reduction potential of cathode is 1.51. This, if I calculate, how much will you get? You will be getting 2.00 volt. Yes, 2.00 volt. Now you know that at equilibrium what will happen? At equilibrium, you will find out that E cell is equal to 0. E cell is equal to 0. That means I can directly write it as E naught cell is equal to, E naught cell is equal to, what will it become? Yes, what will it become? That minus 0. Why minus 0.0? Directly write it 0.059 divided by n log of k. Do you remember? Yes, with the help of that, delta G is equal to minus NFE cell, and then delta G is equal to 2.303 RT log K. Exactly. From that derivation, you can write it like this. Now, E naught cell is directly 2.00 volt. We have just calculated, and 0.059 divided by 10 log of K. 10 log of K. I can directly write it like this. Yes. So, 10 if it goes there, it will become 20 is equal to 0.059 and log of K. Correct? Yes. So from here, if I want to calculate log of K, 20 divided by 0.059 is equal to log of K. So log K will be how much, bacha? Log K, if you calculate it, you will be getting around 20 divided by 0.059. It is going to be around 338 point something. So that means that this will be almost equal to 339. Log of k is equal to 339. So if you take anti-log both the sides, that means x value is also going to be 339. That is your answer. Correct answer is 339. Bacha lo. 339 is going to be your correct answer. Okay? Cool everybody. Understood this? Any doubt here? See, first initially you have to balance both the oxidation and reduction half. From here you have calculated n factor. After that, you know delta G is equal to minus NFE cell, and you know that delta G is equal to 2.303 RT log K. So from there you can cancel out whatever you want, and from there you will derive this equation. Or you also know that E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 n log of product divided by reactant. So E cell, if it is already 0, so E naught cell will go that side. Minus minus will get cancelled. So this is also done. Both of them are correct basically. Both of them are correct. Chalo. Next question is the mass of silver. Molar mass of silver is equal to given 108 displaced by quantity of electricity which displaces 5600 milliliter of oxygen at STP will be what? Acha. Here we will have to use Faraday's second law. So basically Faraday's second law, do you remember? W of Ag divided by W of O2 is going to be equal to EAg divided by EA2. So W by E is equal to W1 by W1 by wait, let me write it and show it to you. So do you remember second law of Faraday was basically W1 divided by E1 is equal to W2 divided by E2. Like this only it was. So basically here what we can do is we can write it as WAG divided by EAG is equal to WO2 divided by EO2. And this can be further written as, cross multiply it. This you can further write it as everybody. This can be further written as WAG divided by WO2, which is equal to EAG divided by EO2. Correct? You can write it like this. Acha. ठीक है. Alright. Okay. Now, bacha log, you know that at STP, right? At STP, do you all not know that 22.4 liter is equal to 1 mole of oxygen? है ना? So if it is 22.4 liter, that means I can also write it as 224,000 milliliter is equal to 1 mole of oxygen. 1 mole of oxygen, है ना? So that means 1 milliliter is equal to how much? 1 divided by 224,000. Hey, not 000. Sorry, bacha log, not 000. It will be 00. 224,000. है ना? 224,000. Correct. Now, if I want to calculate, see here it is given 5,600, right? 5,600 ml. So 5,600 ml is equal to how much? It will become 5,600 divided by 224,000 mole. And this if you calculate, you will find 1 by 4 mole. You will find 1 by 4 mole. This much is clear. You will find 1 by 4 mole. Is this clear, bachalo? Yes. Acha. ठीक है. Now, further everybody, take a look at it. See, WAG divided by WO2, है ना? This can be also written as molar mass of Ag divided by n factor of Ag, divided by n factor Ag. Yes, multiplied with, can I write it as n factor O2 divided by molar mass of oxygen. Yes, acha. So I can also write it as WAG is equal to this. If I take it this side, it will become WO2. It will become, one second. Molar mass of Ag is given to you. See, W108 divided by n factor Ag divided by n factor Ag multiplied with WO2 gone there. WO2 multiplied with n factor oxygen divided by molar mass of oxygen. है ना? And bacha log, you tell me n factor WO2 divided by molar mass of O2, है ना? So if look at it everybody. So WO2 divided by molar mass of O2, can it be written as 1 by 4 that we have calculated here? Can it be written as 1 by 4, bacha? WO2 divided by molar mass of oxygen. Calculate it. You will find it like that only. Calculate it. You will find it 1 by 4 only. So now I can substitute and I can write it as 108. ठीक है. 108. Acha. 108 multiplied with, I can write 1 by 4 n factor oxygen divided by n factor of silver. Now we all are thinking, ma'am, what is the n factor of oxygen and silver? ठीक है, चलो, let me teach you this also. So what happens is everybody take a look at it. Silver, है ना? Silver does what, बच्चा? Silver was basically Ag plus. What it became Ag after gaining one electron, है ना? So what is the n factor here? The n factor here is one electron. Okay. And if you look at oxygen, yes, oxygen does what? Oxygen is forming here H2O. So if you balance it, you will see that here there will be 4H plus 4 electron, because this will become 2H2O if you balance it. So here n factor is how much? Here n factor is 4 electron. So basically it has become even more simple now. Now how do you calculate? You will calculate it as 108 divided by 4. N factor of oxygen is 4. N factor of silver is 1. So 4 and 4 cancel. Your answer is 108. 108 gram is the correct answer. That's it, bacha. 108 is your correct answer. Super simple, super easy. I don't think so anybody has any doubt here. People are happy. People are very, very happy, isn't it? Everybody is very, very happy. है कि नहीं? Yes or no? Chalo guys, moving on to the next question, shall we? Next question is, which of the following statement is not correct about rusting of iron? Coating of iron surface by tin prevents rusting even if the tin coating is peeling off. How is that possible? Not possible, no? This is absolutely not possible. This only is the not correct statement, because you know that if the coating is peeled off, then what will happen? Then iron gets exposed. Yes. Then iron is exposed to the atmosphere. And it will definitely get rusted. So that is your correct answer. Chalo. Next question. The next question, bacha log, is the hydrogen electrode is dipped in a solution of pH is equal to 3. Acha. Guys, the moment you see pH is equal to 3, that means what? If pH is equal to 3, no? If pH is equal to 3, that means you have to understand that H plus ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. Next, what are they saying? They are saying that the potential of the electrode will be dash into 10 to the power minus 2. Acha, potential only they are asking. They are only asking for potential. So, you know that it will become 2H plus 2 electron is going to be H2. Correct? Yes. Now, what do you know the formula? The usual formula, E is equal to E naught H plus 2 H2 minus 0.059 divided by N log of pH2 divided by H plus to the power 2. Right? है कि नहीं? That's all. No? And you know that this value is always equal to 0. So now what do? You write E is equal to minus 0.059 divided by N is equal to 2 electron. The 2 electron log of what is pH2? pH2 is it given somewhere? pH2. No, it's not given. So usually pH2, if you count, you will find that it will be 1 only. 1 divided by H plus concentration is given 10 to the power minus 3 to the power 2. Achha. This if you try to calculate, what will you get, bacha log? What will you get? You will get minus 0.059 divided by 2 log of 1 divided by 10 to the power minus 6. This can be also written as minus 0.059 divided by 2 log of 1 divided by 10 to the power minus 6. That means I can also write it as 6, because it will be 6 log 10. Log 10 value is 1. So it will become 6. So 2 into 3 is equal to 6. That means if I calculate it, how much will I be getting? I will be getting around 3 into minus 0.059. 3 9s are 9 3s are 27. 2 3 5s are 15, 16, 17. 17. 3 zeros are 0. Decimal, 3 zeros are 0. This is it. Now I want it as 10 to the power minus 2. So that means it will become 10 to the power minus 2. So 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 2 volt. Correct? Hey, no. One mistake I have done. Sorry, one mistake I have done. This will become 0.177. है ना? So 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 2. That means this is almost equal to 18 into 10 to the power minus 2 volt. 18 is going to be your correct answer. 18 is your correct answer. Take a look at it. Yes, 18 is the correct answer. So we are able to solve basically everything. Yes, guys, are you all happy with yourself? Yes. Practically, you are able to solve JEE mains type of questions. Everyone, you should be really happy with yourself. But I'm telling you, bacha, herein we will be solving around 1,000 questions in this whole PYQ series, and 1,000 questions per chapter per subject. 1,000 questions for chemistry, 1,000 questions for physics, 1,000 questions for mathematics. But you will also have to solve minimum 2,000 questions on your own. Then only there is a scope that you will be able to clear your JEE mains. So please solve questions. Yes, solving questions is the only way to be able to get your seat. So please make sure that you solve questions. Okay. Chalo guys, next question everybody is, the mass of zinc produced by the electrolysis of zinc sulfate solution with a steady current of this for 15 minutes is, wow, what an easy peasy question, bacha. Look at this. So you know that Zn 2 plus 2 electron, if it gains, it is going to form zinc, isn't it? Yes. Now I know that W is equal to Z into I into T. है ना? Then I know what is Z equivalence, right? So it will become 65.4. Yes. Divided by 2 electron. So 2 multiplied with Faraday's constant is what? See, it is given 65.4. 96500. Yes. What is I? I is 0.015 ampere and time is 15 minutes. ठीक है, तो 15 minutes, let us convert it to seconds. So this is what you will be getting. Now if you calculate it, 0 and 0 cancel from here, and then if you calculate this whole thing, solve it, how much will you be getting? Solve it. If you solve it, how much will you be getting? 15 here, 2 3 6, 2 2s are 4, and 14 7. So I think it is going to be around 45.75 into, we have two values here, this is also 2, 10 to the power minus 4. 10 to the power minus 4. 45.75. So this is almost equal to 46. 46 will be your answer. Is it correct? Yes, correct. 46 is our correct answer. Look at this. 46 is our correct answer. That's it, bacha log. Yes. Done? All happy? ठीक है. Next question is, a constant current was passed through a solution of AuCl4 minus ion between gold electrodes. After a period of 10.0 minutes, the increase in mass of cathode was 1.314 gram. The total charge passed through the solution is dash into 10 to the power minus 2 F Faraday. Okay. Alright, so here what do you have to do? AuCl, right? Au basically shows Au3 plus 3 electron is going to become Au. Right. Now you also know that W divided by 197 divided by 3 can I write? Because 3 electron and 197 is the mass. So it will become Z divided by N factor. Z divided by N factor. That will become your electrochemical equivalence, isn't it? And this will be equal to I into T. So increase in mass was this much. Time is given to you as 10 minutes. Total charge, no, so it will become 1.314 into 1 second. Let me write down the formula first. So it will become charge divided by your Faraday's constant, which is 96,500. Acha, now I can write it as W is equal to, not W is to given to. Acha, now it will become charge is equal to instead of writing 96,500, I can write it as W is given to you 1.314. This 3 will come up here into 3 into Faraday divided by 197. And this, if you calculate, how much will you be getting? 3 ones are 3, 3 5s are 15, 3 6 are 18, and 17, 3 5s are 15. So it will become, if you solve this, I think you should be getting the value 0.02f. And this can be written as 2 into 10 to the power minus 2f. So 2 is your correct answer. है ना? 2 is your correct answer. ठीक है बच्चा लोग? Okay. Next question, everybody, is reduction potential of ions are given below. ClO4 minus E naught value is 1.19. IO4 minus E naught value is 1.65 V. BrO4 minus E naught value is 1.74. The correct order of their oxygen. Oh, what an easy peasy question. Guys, we know that higher the value of SRP, higher the value of standard reduction potential, what will happen? More is tendency to undergo reduction. Yes. So better oxidizing agents. So that means that what we'll have is BrO4 minus, then it will become IO4 minus, and then it will become ClO4 minus. So I think option B is your correct answer. Option B for Bengali biryani is your correct answer, my bachus. ठीक है? Chalo guys, let us go to the next question. Let us do it a little faster. Yes, next question, everybody, is the metals that are employed in the battery industry. Which ones are the metals that are that are used in battery industry? Nickel, cadmium, manganese. है ना? Leclanchus cell, manganese, nickel and cadmium, rechargeable batteries. So B, C and E only. Option A for Andhra biryani is your correct answer. Wow, this was super easy, super simple. That means absolutely easy peasy biryani, tasty. ठीक है? चलो guys. Next question, everyone, is identify the factor from the following that does not affect the electrolytic conductance of a solution. Acha. So we know that the conductivity of electrolytic cell is affected by concentration of electrolyte. Yes. And what else? Nature of the electrolyte. Nature of the electrolyte and nature of solvent used. So that means which one is the correct answer? Which one is the correct answer, bacha? Nature of electrode used. Option B is your correct answer. It does not depend on option B for Bengali biryani. It does not depend on nature of the electrode used at all. ठीक है? Okay. Next question. 1 Faraday of electricity liberates X into 10 to the power minus 1 gram atom of copper from copper sulfate. So what is X? What is X? Acha. Chal, 1 Faraday of electricity liberates X into 10 to the power minus 1 gram. Okay. So bacha, you know that copper 2 plus is going to grab hold of 2 electrons and it is going to form copper, isn't it? Yes. So what does it show? It shows that this shows that the copper ions, yes, this shows that the copper ions The copper ions, that is basically your Cu2 plus, right? What are they doing? Yes, it gains 2 electrons. Gains 2 electrons. Yes, to become what? To become copper metal. Gains 2 electrons to become copper metal. Yes, this much we understood. Acha, we know that, you know what we know? We also know that, bachalo, we also know that 1 mole of copper is forming, no? So that means 2 electrons, so 2 Faraday. 2 Faraday of electricity, 2 Faraday of electricity are required to deposit 1 mole of 1 mole or 1 gram also you can write, okay? 1 gram atom of copper. Now they're saying that according to the question you have 1 Faraday. Acha. So if you have 1 Faraday, that means how much? 1 Faraday means 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday of electricity is there. So instead of 1 mole, you will be getting 0.5 mole. And if it is 0.5 mole, that means this is equal to 0.5 gram atom. And I can also write it as 5 into 10 to the power minus 1 gram. So x value is how much? X value is equal to 5. That's it. X value is equal to 5. ठीक है ना? चलो. Next question everybody is, the values of conductivity of some materials at 298.15 Kelvin in Simon meter to the power minus 1 are 2.1 into 10 to the power 3, 1.0 into 10 to the power minus 1, 6, 1.2 into 10, 3.91, 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. Achha, achha. These values are given and you are supposed to find out the number of conductors among the material is. Achha. So here your vital concept, yes, the absolutely most important concept is that, you know, conductor. Whenever you have a conductor, sorry guys, whenever you have a conductor, the conductivity value will be around 10 to the power 0 to 10 to the power 7 Simon meter to the power minus 1. Okay? If it is a semiconductor, then we say that it will be 10 to the power minus 2 to 10 to the power 0 Simon meter to the power minus 1. And if it is insulator, then the value is supposed to be 10 to the power minus 18 to 10 to the power minus 2 Simon meter to the power minus 1. So as per that, now you will have your answer will be basically 2.1 into 10 to the power 3. है ना? 1.2 into 10 to the power nothing, 10. 3.91 and 1.0 into 10 to the power 3. These are going to be what? These are going to be your conductors. Okay. All right. Now, which one is going to be insulator? Insulator is going to be 1.0 into 10 to the power minus 16. This is what? This is an insulator. And semiconductor is which one? Semiconductor you have, one second. Semiconductor is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 and minus 2. Acha, insulator will be this also. 1 into 10 to the power minus 7. This is also insulator. So 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. This is your semiconductor. So what is the question asking? Conductors among the material is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is your correct answer. 4 is your correct answer. And I think that's it. That's it, guys. With this note, we have come to the end of electrochemistry PYQ session. But wait. I'm going to tell you about the PYQ books and the MVSAT, everybody. So please take a look at it. Wait for it. And after that only you should go. Okay? Alright, bacha log. So take a look at that. Now I'm going to tell you about PYQ and MVSAT. Now that I've taught you all about how to do the numericals, I'm quickly going to tell you something that is going to really help you. And that, everybody, is the PYQ book, that is previous year question paper book that has been launched by Vedantu. Yes, what I have with me is I do have the JEE Main 2022 and 2023 previous year book right here. And in this, you can see that there are 1,380 questions. So per subject, if you can solve 1,380 questions, you tell me, is there someone who can stop you from getting a JEE rank? Nobody. So all the 46 shifts as it is, all the questions are there in the books. Let me tell you what is the benefit of chapter wise previous year question books that you will get. You will get exactly 1,380 questions. There are detailed solutions that are available. There are 46 papers that are separated chapter wise. So chapter wise getting the PYQs is very, very important, because sometimes what happens is you get all the question paper, but when you are solving the questions, remind you bacha, whatever concepts you know, applying that and solving the question will be majorly important, right? So that is why segregated chapter wise for easy preparation will really help you. Apart from that, you will be able to fast track your practice for JEE Main examination. See bacha, you have to understand that JEE Main examination is not that tough. To be very honest, the question paper is not going to be that tough. But what gives you the advantage? What gives you the superpower? What is going to be your secret weapon? All of it is going to be your PYQ practice, everybody. Okay? Apart from that, our results speaks, everybody. Yes, over the years, we have always been able to produce more than 1,000 students who have gone to JEE. And this is right. You can ask those students. Many students, they come and tell us that, Arey, but you bought the, rank. We have seen this guy in some other institute also. You can go and talk to him. Ask him how Vedantu has helped. Ask him which are the teachers who helped him. Ask him, go find him. He's there on Quora, he's there on YouTube. Go ask him. Is there, everybody. Even you can ask Suyash, you can ask Aditya, you can ask Parth. All of them have been Vedantu toppers. And over the years, all of these toppers, they have only spoken good about Vedantu. Yes. Here are our JEE Main rankers. Yes, you can see Ashutosh has got AIR 104. Yes, Krish has got AIR 105. Divyanshu has got 149. Pritesh has got 150. Abhinav has got 160. So every year, 480 students scored above 99 percentile. So what are you waiting for? I hope that by now you are already convinced. But if you're still not convinced, let me tell you how did we design our chapter wise previous year book. See, this books, when we were designing, it was completely data oriented. Yes, everybody, they looked at the data and only then it was prepared. Chapter wise bifurcation happened for MCQs as well as the numerical type of questions, right? And the target, yes, it is all target specific areas and it will gauge your preparation level effectively, everybody. Yes, it will be able to make sure that you are covering your syllabus properly. It will be able to make sure that you have covered your academics and then you are able to solve the problems. So it will be really, really, really beneficial. I don't know how many more times I can reiterate this, that it is going to be beneficial for you. Apart from that, there will be compilation of, like I told you, there are 46 JEE Main shifts question paper. All of these are compiled here. You will get detailed solution to up level your upskill your understanding of the question paper, right? You will be able to organize your chapter wise focus study. You will be able to look at both MCQ, numerical based, metric based. All these questions are available, and here are how the books look like. Yes, I've showed you the chemistry. This is how the physics look like, and this is how the mathematics book look like. The link is in the description box. Get that. And last but not the least, everybody, MVSAT is right here. Vedantu has launched Mega Vedantu Scholarship admission test, everybody. The link is in the description box. So please go check it out. And in that link, you will also find the frequently asked question where the syllabus is given, how to appear for the exam is given, can you take it online, can you take it offline. All of these questions are answered, everybody. And this will give you a scholarship through which you can attend Vedantu's classes with a minimal price, everybody. So what are you waiting for? Go, get a look at it, take a look at it, and make sure that you prepare for MVSAT and be there, because I want to see you all in Vedantu's classes. With this note, everyone, tada, bye-bye. That's all for today. Lots of love. See you all and all the very best, my dear students. See ya, guys.